You know what? I would if you'd let me here, just kind of close this out. I've really kind of, I regret tweeting out. In other words, when I got diagnosed, that hey, Leon, you have a bad heart, and you have congestive heart failure, and we feel that your time is limited. You have maybe a couple of years left, and 2 years or less left to live. And I remember getting very angry and saying that this has got to be bullshit. I don't feel bad. I don't getting extremely angry. And just since that time, I remember when I got the news, I left the hospital. I got a ride over to the gym, and I rode the bike for a half hour, hard as I could, and then got off the bike and then got on the treadmill and walked, for another 15 minutes, pretty hard. And I was exhausted, but my heart felt fine. I said, now how can I do that if my heart's going to give out? And the doctor, in some of the ongoing appointments that I had with him, explained to me that, when you were tipping the scales at 400 and 420 and 25 pounds, that, a man that size and that heavy just isn't supposed to be able to push himself in a cardiovascular endeavor, no matter what it is, much past 2 or 3 minutes, because the heart is going to be strained because of the weight. So something I prided myself in, what I just got through saying, was, being able to push myself into the 15-minute mark and the 20-minute mark and even the 30-minute mark and beyond. I've done several 1-hour, matches. And so, but where someone like a Sting would be able to do that and not damage himself, they're saying because I was continued to go at a high rate, for longer periods of time, that's how, in a man my size, that's how I damaged my heart, and that the heart was basically worn out at this point, and that all the football days, when I'm talking about, at the end of a practice, I remember, the coach would be upset because we lost, and then we had a bad practice or whatever it was, but you would run a 40-yard dash for conditioning, and you'd run 10 of them, which was really hard, and you'd do so just with just a few seconds rest, maybe 15 seconds rest between each one, and then you'd say, okay, let's do another 10, because so and so said something, and then you do another 10, and pretty soon you're doing 40 and 50 of these things, and I certainly wasn't 400 pounds when I was playing football, but I was 320, 330. And this conditioning didn't do my heart any good either. So I kind of wished, I think in closing, I kind of wished I hadn't brought it up. I am continuing to wrestle. I am continuing. And someone said, well, aren't you afraid? Why would you get a booking at this point when you've had this type of diagnosis? And I said, brother, what would you rather die in a bed at home or in the hospital, or would you rather die in front of 10,000 people having fun in the ring? So if it's true, if this doctor isn't just totally full of shit, which that's what I'm betting on, and I should say these doctors at this point, that's my choice, and that's the way that's the way I decide to go out. If this thing's going to happen, I'd rather be in a ring anywhere than compared to sitting in a hospital room, in a hospital bed, sitting there like some sheep getting ready to be slaughtered. It's not who I am, and it's not the way it's going to happen with me. And I really believe in my heart that this thing isn't going to happen. I don't know if I'll live to be 80 years old, but I can tell you this 2-year diagnosis just wrong, I'm going to prove it wrong. And I don't really care what they're saying. And so, we'll see what happens, I guess. And certainly there's no way around that. But I've got, I'm booked in Japan to wrestle, and I'm booked throughout America to wrestle. I've got other bookings to sign autographs. And if any of you guys want me at your show, I'll give the information to these guys, and you can call them and get an email and a phone number on me and give me a call, because that's something that's very important to me, is that, if it is my time to say goodbye and move on to, what the next level is, whatever's next, then so be it. But I'm simply not going to go out like that, man. I'm going out fighting. I'm going out positive, and shit, man. Here's another thing too. If you're feeling sorry for me, don't be, man. Because I tell you what, I've lived life that's, second to none. I've literally been around the world 10 times. I was a high school All-American and a college All-American, and I got drafted to the Rams, and drafted in the NFL and played in the Super Bowl. And I don't know how many world titles I have, 16, 18, 20 world titles, and 27, 28 titles altogether. I've had a 30-year career in wrestling, and I tell you what, it just, I've never missed a meal. I've never been without money, and in fact, most of my life I've had quite a bit of money. I was always smart with my money, invested well. So hey, you know what? If at 60, I don't have long left, and so be it. But don't feel sorry for me, man, because I've lived a great life, and I'm thankful for the time I've had. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys letting me ramble like that. I just